Last time on Polymorph Self. Dungeon Master Andy, that's me, came down with the flu for a whole 3 weeks, including fever and shitty headaches. Shitty headaches. So I couldn't even play XCOM or read a book. Anyway, the players are in an estate outside of Port Valor, the walled city by the sea. It's night and their target is the chateau at the centre of the estate, belonging to the Society of the Snake and containing the feared race of snake people, the Yuan-Ti, or Yuan-Ti. I'm not exactly sure how other people pronounce it. So, yada yada yada, they traversed some poisonous reeds. Yada yada yada, Garrick slapped a corpse, and they arrived at the chateau to find it was an elaborate illusion covering a grim stone stronghold. Now, our heroes stand in front of the arched entrance, which is filled with magical darkness. I am going to require a quickly stated action from anyone because things are going to start happening. I'm going to go round the table. Hjani.
I sidestep to the side with my arrow still trained on the front of the hole.
Garrick.
I'm already on the ground. I'm going to somersault off the side into the side of the hill, down the hill a little bit.
Totally back down the hill.
How tall is this hill?
Well, it's like a big enough that you can see this house for a kilometre around.
To the edge of the hill, not all the way down.
Okay, you back off the house itself a little bit into the darkness. Billicus.
Yes. I asked Hjani for some of that poison that she picked up earlier.
Hjani, do you have it?
I do, but didn't I give you some anyways?
Did you?
Yeah, I think so. I gave you 1 vial, because I only have 5.
Okay, well then I put some of the poison on my totally rad ninja dagger.
Oh, you've got one of those now. That's right. You're getting there, man. You're progressing.
I'm living the dream.
You've got the gear.
Those things are awesome. I'm I'm enamored with it.
Okay, that's cool. That guy was pretty rad. You did almost kill him to death many times.
You could have given the squirrel a little squirrel ninja hood.
He could have had ninja stars and stuff. I'll try and get another one. He'll be back. Something tells me he'll be back. He'll be back.
Seyda.
I take a swig of my barkskin potion.
Okay, which adds how much to your armor class?
I'm not sure. Billicus, do you have it? Do you have any information about barkskin?
I do.
I believe it's 2, right? It increases it by 2.
Yeah.
And then a barkskin plus 2 would just be adding more to that.
It says +2 or higher enhancements.
It's regular
natural
bark skin, so you get +2 to your AC, and all of Seyda's skin magically transforms to the appearance of tree bark in front of you.
I
You should
look pretty cool.
moisturize.
I look cool.
You look like Hulk Hogan.
Oh, Hulk Hogan, the famous Kikathryn wrestler.
Hulk Hogan, let's be fair, Hulk Hogan, the Kikathryn wrestler, on a day when he didn't use moisturizer that morning. What happens next is 2 people appear through the curtain of magical darkness. They are both parts of the Society of the Snake that Seyda and Hjani have seen before, but not any of the UNT and not any of the Teeth of the Serpent assassins. These are the acolytes, the low-level thugs. 2 of them come wandering out just to see who's there. Obviously, there's no ruckus, no alarm. As the squirrel told you, something's going on in there, but only these 2 guys were near enough to hear your pebble and your falling dwarf. They walk out, they see you, and you have surprise. Hjani and Seyda are close and combat ready, as is Billicus with his dagger. So Hjani, what do you do?
I shoot at their legs.
You shoot at their legs with your many shot, your double arrow.
Yeah, my many rapid shot.
If you just use many shot for 2, you don't have to take any negatives.
I might as well just take some negatives.
Okay, so 4 arrows into their legs.
Yeah.
Okay.
This will be quiet. This will keep them quiet.
just
We'll just shoot them in the...
I want them to be in so much shock that they're just like...
just to be clear, these guys have Society of the Snake purple robes, some leather jerkins and greaves, and they carry short swords, but they are not the assassins. They're not like total pushovers. They're not the thugs at the bridge.
Well, we'll see if they're not total pushovers.
We will. Their AC is 12.
All right, so I have a +10 attack bonus to my longbow, so if I'm doing many rapid shot, does it become +6 for each or a +8?
A rapid shot, again to clarify for people who might just be listening to this one first, is you have 2 attacks with your longbow at a penalty of -2 on the shot, and many shot allows you to shoot off 2 at the same time.
So it's +8. each time, right?
Because usually it's plus 10, longbow
Yeah.
plus 10. Okay, so armor class 12 and longbow plus 8, right?
Yep. So first shot is a 15. That
Okay.
makes it. Second shot is a 19
Plus,
plus 8.
yeah, become,
So-
so 27, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
so both of my first shots make it. Should I start rolling for damage or should I just do all 4 shots?
Do all 4 shots.
Okay. Next one is 11 plus 8 makes it. And then last one is a 19. I almost turned it to a 1.
Now, is
But
19 a critical hit on longbow?
no,
It must
no.
be a 20, right?
Yeah, it has to be a 20.
You knock 2 arrows, shoot them at the same time, and then with unbelievable elven skill and precision, knock another 2 arrows and shoot them before he can do anything. And at his leg, so 4 huge metal-tipped longbow arrows perforate his legs in several places. Each one of them is going to do 1d8 damage, right?
1d8 plus 1 damage.
So roll the total damage.
All right, so 8 plus 1 is 9. 2 plus 1 is 3, so 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 3 is 15, and then 3, 4, so 15, 19 damage.
19. Okay, so let's recap. The 2 of these leather-clad and robe-covered, short sword-wielding acolytes of the Society of the Snake emerge from the magical darkness in the archway, and Hjani immediately just looses 4 arrows in 2 doubles. They tear into his legs, in one side, out the other. The metal tips shatter his thigh bones. They rip through all of his major arteries in his legs. And so much blood and bone marrow empty out of his gaping wounded legs that his heart immediately goes into arrest and he collapses stone cold dead on the floor with a very surprised look on his face.
We're the bad guys.
Why would you do this to him?
I guess I was trying to maim him, but oopsie.
You're just trying to keep him quiet eternally.
I'm not good at making sure these people survive these things.
Okay, now we come to one of them is, and this is like time is still in suspension here until all 4 actions have happened. The other guy hasn't even noticed any of this yet. He's just seen you all and frozen. Seyda, what's your action?
I do that move where I swoop around behind him and I put my hand over his mouth to silence him and kind of sweep out his legs. So I guess I grapple him.
Yeah, or you want to subdue rather than attack.
I don't want to kill anyone.
And using grappling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you know, if you approach an armed enemy in an unarmed attack, they get an attack of opportunity. They get a free attack on you during
But
that
he's
process.
surprised?
Yeah, he is, but you can't
still
grapple him while he
stab you.
has a sword. Yeah.
Okay.
And without him getting a chance to stab you. In you go to try and get behind him and grapple him and subdue him. And what's your armor class?
Well, with my leathery Hogan skin, it's 22.
Wow, and he has short sword plus 2. So he can only hit you with a natural 20 at the moment, this low-level dude. Okay, so I'm rolling the dice. 18 plus 2 is 20. For him, this is like one of the most skillful, fast reflex moves he's ever pulled. But before he can resolve that, you're around the back, putting him in a chokehold. Billicus, you have the dagger.
Well, shit. I was just gonna stab him, but now that you grabbed him, I'm gonna
Stab
stab
him
him.
way more easier.
Yeah. So So I stab him, and I Manto, get in there too. We're just gonna, as long as we're making a mess of this, I want to turn him to hamburger.
Guys,
Okay, wait, quiet, let me resolve. Let the DM resolve this and we'll get to this. Billicus, so his AC is 12. He has been immobilized by Seyda, so you get another plus 4.
You're
so
holding him for me, right? So I can hit him easier?
So Billicus, what's your total bonus on your dagger attack?
It says Rad Ninja Dagger, and it's
That's the
plus
one.
4.
And you get another plus 4, so you get plus 8 because he's immobilized, and his AC is 12.
I got a 19. Plus 8 is 27.
You take out the teeth of the serpent double stiletto dagger covered in deadly venom, and you plunge it deep into his body for how much damage?
Oh, isn't it a critical at 19 for daggers?
It is.
It's going to be double then, right?
Yes, it's 1d6.
Well,
Thank
you
you
have
for
to
that.
confirm the critical.
What's your
first.
strength? Do you have a strength
I
bonus?
have a plus 1.
So it's 1d6 plus 1 times 2.
2 plus 1 is 3 times 2 is 6.
6 points of damage. Now, it's covered in the venom, right?
Yes.
His fortitude save is plus 0. And did I write down for you what the saving throw for that poison was?
No, you did not.
Okay, I will find it. While I'm finding it, what's going through Garrick's head as he's watching all this unfold from his safe distance?
I cast.
No, what's going through your head while you're watching this? Because I have to resolve this.
What's going through my head?
What are you thinking as you see all this unfold?
this dude's leg just exploded. That's pretty surprising, to say the least. And this other man is being like fondled or something.
Prison shanked.
Yeah, this is something Garrick hasn't seen in a couple years, and he's thoroughly surprised.
Okay, he needs to get an 18 or above to save.
So
and he has plus 0.
What should I write on this?
DC 18.
DC 18.
Difficulty
okay.
class 18 to save against that poison.
So I'm just rating poison DC 18.
Oh, sorry, DC 18 Fort, F-O-R-T. It's a fortitude save. Now I'm going to roll for him. He has plus 0. He rolls a 19. He does not get poisoned. He can take it.
Good. Then Manto won't get poisoned when he rips his throat out.
What's Manto's bite? Bite plus what? So for all new listeners, since I'm doing a new listeners thing this week, Manto is a white wolf who is Billicus's animal companion, as Billicus is a druid and has one of those.
Bite plus 4.
Okay, AC 12. And he gets an extra plus 4 because the guy is completely immobilized.
Thank you. So 15 plus 8, I suppose. So 15 plus 4 is 19, plus 4 is 23.
Okay, what's the damage?
1d6 plus 2.
Awesome. If you beat 5, he's in trouble.
1. So he nipped him playfully. Plus 2 is 3.
He's down to 2 hit points. So Seyda dodges his strike, rushes behind him and immobilizes him. You shank him with a double-bladed stiletto poison dagger. The poison doesn't quite work, so Manto bites his genitals off.
Oh, no.
And I'm going with the flow here. It's about that height, and it just gnashes into that area and makes a total mess of it. And and Garrick the Good is watching from a distance, having seen you slaughtered these 2 people. Well, one's still alive. So Garrick gets the final action.
I cast Cure Minor Wounds on myself.
Okay, so that's 1d8 plus... What level are you?
I'm a level 5 cleric.
So it's like 1d8 plus 5, right? It's plus 1 per level, right, I think?
This is a 0 level cleric spell.
Oh, the smallest one.
Cure Minor Wounds cures 1 point of damage.
Oh, the level 0 one. Okay, you successfully cast the spell, being a little away from the action. You get 1 point back. Well, what's your total now?
35 out of 42.
Awesome. Good job.
Thanks, DM.
Yeah, and in the next action, the Acolyte, who can't scream out, is going to try and wriggle out of this hold, because in grapple, it's the second grapple where you then inflict things. It's an opposed strength check, or grapple check. His base attack bonus, his grapple is plus 2. What's your grapple, Seyda?
My grapple is 8.
So we both roll a d20. I had plus 2. I had 2, you had 8. I'll do his first. There's a 5 plus 2 is 7.
I roll a 7 plus 8 is 15.
Okay, so you have now completely pinned him, and he is unable to move, and he has to either surrender, or you could inflict subdue damage on him. Now, subdue damage is different to regular damage, so you'd have to go down the 12 points again. What would you like to do now? Subdue damage him, or ask him to surrender?
I ask him to surrender, otherwise these maniacs are going to kill you.
Okay.
I thought you were holding him for me.
Let's do this first person, so ask him to surrender.
Like, these maniacs are going to kill you, just give up. I'm the nice one, if you believe that. I take my hand off his mouth. Do you surrender?
Oh, your hand's off the mouth,
Yeah.
right? He coughs up blood and just says in comment, "You motherfuckers, you're evil."
I think we might be.
Look, you're not in the position to make moral judgments about who's evil or not. You're in an evil snake cult.
I surrender. I only did it for
Okay.
the cool robe.
Oh, now I feel bad. What's going on in there?
Well, if you keep shouting, they're all going to come out and kill us.
I'm not shouting.
Okay, I surrender. There's a ceremony. We're having a ritual. We're snake worshippers. They're in there, worshipping snakes right now.
Why?
They pay me, and I'm poor.
Oh, now I feel really bad. Like, guys, look what you've done.
I have murdered several people since I joined, mind you, if that makes you feel any better.
I mean,
Why would you
like,
tell us that?
I feel a little
We've
better.
kind of murdered several.
Well, you all look like you're having a crisis of
have no
crisis of
crisis.
morals or something.
I'm a
like
godly man, you heathen
I apologize. Will you forgive me, Father?
son.
I mean, aren't you a cleric? Don't I call you Father?
Oh, sure.
Not in your religion?
Maybe.
Wait, where are you? Looks down. There you are. Sorry.
I shake my fist at him angrily.
Okay.
Or, I don't know, maybe you have your first convert.
The pain. I'll never have children now.
No.
Can you give this guy some good berries? I feel like it's the least we can do.
I think Manto just ripped off his good berries.
Just rub those berries on his.
I mean,
Oh my
Crotch.
god, your wolf bit my balls off, and now you're making jokes about it in front of me.
I get down.
I didn't sign up for this.
Manto's eye level, and I just boop him on the nose. Bad dog. Bad.
He doesn't look up. He's licking the genital blood off his lips right now.
His AC is 16.
Mantos.
Yeah. Because she booped him. Can he dodge?
What's your base attack bonus?
What would a boop be? Dexterity.
No,
or
just
strength?
what's your pure
Oh.
base attack bonus plus your strength
My base attack is +6.
and your strength bonus.
My strength is +3.
Okay, boot plus 9.
Wouldn't- I'd like to say that Boop would probably use Dex.
Yeah, I think boop is a dex thing as well.
Here's the thing: all melee attacks use base attack plus strength. I'm sorry, DM has made the ruling. It's a nice thought. So Seyda, AC 16, boot plus 9.
Boop plus
Hey,
9.
wait! Before you roll that, for everyone listening to the podcast, this is totally legit because Billicus has a continuous magical empathetic link and feels the same way and can communicate instinct. So this is totally legit. Okay, go.
Okay. I rolled a 18 plus...
That's a major boop.
Manto tries to snake out the way, but you're just too quick and you boop that nose. And he gives you a kind of like annoyed yet acknowledging look.
Oh, I can't stay mad at you. I give him,
That nose has been booped.
I ruffle his head.
He does. He's like, I got booped. Fair enough. That's it. You got me. Okay, now we need actions because, things are happening. So now let's go to Hjani.
I ask him more questions like, what is this snake ceremony, and are the people in there armed, and how many people are there?
Oh, there's about, I don't know, like 8 people like me, but I guess 6 now. And there is one of our priests, one of our half-blood priests in there, and his pet viper.
Oh, so a Yenti and a snake-like.
You have met the half-bloods before in the crypt. They were the ones with the scimitars and limited magical powers, like not the abominations, but up from Mr. Naja. You fought 2 of them.
Okay.
In
They
the
have
crypt
snake
before.
faces, right?
They do.
Yeah.
They are the snake faces, in fact. And so he says they are, there's one snake face priest, some acolytes, and his pet viper, apparently in the main chamber. Garrick, your action.
I throw the purple robe of the dead one around me.
Okay, you dress as a cultist. Billicus.
Are there any of those cool ninja guys in there? Those ninja snakes?
Oh, they are called the Teeth of the Serpent. Same name as their things. Well, yes, we have them in the grounds. They kind of do their own thing, and we wouldn't know where they were as an acolyte. They're just far too cool.
They are pretty cool.
So they're like, there may be some around, but they'll be like hiding in wait and doing their own thing. But they don't join in the rituals. No, they do their own thing.
I also like to do my own thing.
Okay, Seyda.
What's the purpose of this cult? I continue asking questions. What's your aim?
Oh my god, like I'm bleeding to death. Your cleric, can you heal me? And I will tell you much more.
Sure.
And a DM note, you are like standing at the entrance to a snake cultist's mansion thing, taking your sweet time about it.
Sure, follow me over here.
Things
further
may
into the
be
darkness.
We're hoping to it'll come out.
Now they're asking me to go out away 1-to-1 with a priest into the darkness.
You've known a lot.
Well, I guess there's nothing down there anymore, so...
Quiet, you follower of the false religion. I cast Cure Minor Wounds for 1 point of damage.
It only takes 1 point back, but it does sort of magically cauterize the bleeding and stop the bleeding. And he goes, I'm not suffering quite so much now. Thank you very much.
No problem, but I have a question, and I don't want you to lie.
Okay.
How do I look in this robe?
You look like a cultist, apart from the fact they don't accept any dwarfs. Good job you asked.
We're going to have 2 of us in this.
2 dwarves?
Well, one of you gets on your knees. I get on your shoulders.
Oh, so
and then
we'll be
we
like
go
a
in there.
really tall cultist.
But I would even it out, so we'd look like a medium tall person.
If one of us is on our knees and then he's
And I'm
on our
on your shoulders, yeah.
Okay.
I have an idea. Manto will get on your shoulders, and then we'll put the cloak on him.
Do they accept wolves? I asked the man.
What,
It's dark.
into the society
It's
or into
dark
the
in there.
building?
It's dark in there.
Yeah, it's inside. It's a big dark stone cultist thing. And animals are fine. They don't care. There's no carpets to speak of.
So this could work.
This
We'll think about it.
What? But you still haven't answered. What's the purpose of your cult? Are you trying to bring back some kind of snake god?
He looks at Billicus and says, she's obviously a barbarian, right? She doesn't understand these things. Snake cults worship snakes. What else is there to say, man?
She can barely even read.
Shit.
You can boop your wolf on the nose.
Okay, DM speaking up. Are you going to enter this location?
Yes.
I command Manto to jump on Garrick's shoulders.
Okay, and
Shall
now you form one tall cultist. You put the hood over. It's pretty good. It's like dog faces, not snake faces. But
cool.
because Manto's on the top, right?
Yeah, Manto's on top. Right?
Yeah, okay.
It wouldn't work the other way.
This is infallible.
Manto stands on your shoulders, and now the cloak covers you both. The hood is up, and it just looks like you pull the hood, Billicus, you adjust the hood forward because it's dark outside. So now all of Manto's face is in shadow apart from his glistening eyes. Oh. So now it does look like one person that moves very awkwardly.
Nice.
Now rip his
With no
cloak
arms.
off, and someone else come with me.
We could ask. Can we have your cloak?
Take anything you want, just let me live.
Okay, just go back to the village and stop being evil. Don't be evil. That's good life advice for you.
Yeah, here have 5 silver pieces.
Surely this will replace your mangled genitalia.
Can I say one more thing about your barbarian? I've seen a great many adventurers come here, assault this place, raid the place, come and go in this great city, but none quite so indecisive and morally confused as yourselves. They normally just fight us or run away or go in. You guys have been like debating this for hours.
To be fair, I was going to talk with you, but then she grabbed you and like she made the first move. I wanted this to end peacefully, and then she just lunged at you.
Hey man, it's all business. I get it.
To be fair, I was just trying to like maim your friend, but I
blew his kneecaps apart.
I pick up his balls and I give it back to him, and I say, "We are truly sorry."
Cast meld wood on it or whatever.
Wait. Unfortunately, the balls in question have been eaten by Manto.
That's so gross.
I'm
done with
they're
this.
long gone.
That's great. You stand in front of a huge stone archway, blanketed in a magical darkness, so that it looks like a kind of void in the middle.
I ready 2 arrows and I start sneaking in.
Who's next in the marching order?
I guess I'll put the guy's bloody cloak on, and I'll go in.
Let's go to simple sentence.
I put the guy's bloody cloak on, and I go in.
You do that. Who's next?
I follow Billicus.
And I come up last.
Okay, looking very impressive as you do. You go to the front.
Yeah, you should go in front. Can we?
Oh, but you could say you
know,
caught us.
wait. Let's not get into the turning back time questioning actions. We're in with the marching order is set, so I'm going to write it down.
Though.
It's Hjani, then Billicus, then Seyda, and then Ganto. Is that the combination?
Canto.
Okay, in that marching order, you go through the thin veil of magical darkness, and you come out inside a huge cavernous space. Outside was the illusory facade of a house, but inside, if you imagine the whole chateau, that shape inside is just hollow. So it's like 2 to 3 stories high, like a sort of square stone cave, essentially. With east and west wings, you're in a huge square central area, which is almost 90 feet, stretching out in front of you. In the center of the central area is another huge 40 by 40 foot square pit with a kind of spiral staircase, but it's like squared and it goes all around the edges of the pit, descending into it. To the east and west are long wings, cavernous spaces again. Everywhere is lit up with lanterns hung on sconces and hooks on the walls. Looking left and right down the huge cavernous wings of this like basically huge stone box, you see there are pairs of pillars, perfectly sort of black marble pillars going off in pairs, stretching down to the ends of the wings. And at the far end of each wing, you can just, which is like a good, looking to your right or left, a good 120 feet away, are huge 40 feet high snake statues, one at each end of each wing. However, there is one huge difference. The west wing is sort of lit but quiet and cavernous. The east wing has this ritual going on, all with their backs turned to you at this moment. You count 10 acolytes, like the 2 who you just met, sort of standing sort of about halfway down, facing the statue in 2 rows. And then in front of the statue at an altar table, you see one of the snake faces, the UNT half-bloods, in full ceremonial armor, robes, a kind of half-head helm that his snake face sticks out of, and a glinting scimitar. And coiled around the base of the statue is a giant viper the same as the one you saw in the crypt. Like a huge sort of 20-foot long oversized viper, and it just sort of coils and slinks all around the base of the statue as the snake-faced priest chants in a strange tongue you do not understand, and the 10 acolytes kneel, bow, stand up again, and perform all kinds of ceremonial actions, and their words and chants and this strange tongue echo all around the cavernous space between the dark stone walls and these huge towering obsidian pillars of black marble, not obsidian, sorry, it's an actual substance, not a colour, right? These black marble pillars. At the moment, you're in the central area next to this huge square pit with stairs descending, sort of like looking on from behind. So you can have one set of actions with complete surprise before we go into they may or may not notice you. So you can sort of discuss between yourselves. You don't have to actually whisper, but as if you were having a quick discussion. I'm going to count down 2 minutes real time. You can talk about it, then I will get your actions, which will then happen and everything will kick off. So you've got 2 minutes real time from now to discuss in character. Go.
Give me a reason why I shouldn't kill everything in this room.
Because there's a ton of them, and
They're
this is going to be.
acolytes.
And that might be an evil thing to do.
Yeah, they're
But
evil.
they are evil.
We're certain about that.
They're cultists.
They seem
Yes.
pretty evil.
Yeah, they follow
But
the wrong
there's-
religion.
There's
That's
a
true.
shitload of them.
Guys, look at me. Do I still have the kind of weird leathery skin?
Yeah.
You are still under the effect of barkskin.
Okay, great.
But what was the point of having Manto right on Garrick?
Maybe I could walk over there and just
Oh, the two of you are in robes. Yeah,
One-
okay, you guys go first. I'm in the shadows.
You say you caught me or something.
1
I'm
minute.
in the shadows.
I say I caught you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Disrespecting snakes. Just
Yeah.
giving them the finger.
Seriously.
we're gonna go over to the group of people.
Yeah.
chanting?
I'm going to be in the background in the shadows with my bow drawn, ready to rip apart
Wait,
another.
Why are we going over there?
Wait, why are we going over there?
I don't know. You
There's
guys
a
want
lot
to
of them.
talk,
What would be the
right?
point of going over there?
Because how else do we take advantage of this awesome Snake Man
I
costume?
know. I feel like we made this and we have to use this.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's.
So
go over there.
Garrick goes as a decoy, the rest of you wait to surprise and attack.
Okay, that sounds like a better idea.
Yes, I begin.
Well, let's slow down because using a decoy when you're already not seen and have total surprise is not a great idea, but it's a cool idea and it's going to be awesome on this show. But let's not.
It's a better idea than taking me in with the two of them.
But it's not better than just attacking them with total surprise. But anyway, okay. So Hjani, I've got Hjani's action. Hjani from the cover of shadows, maybe behind one of the pillars, is ready with her bow to launch into bloody assault. And Garrick, with Manto on his shoulders and the cultist's robe covering them both, giving them the appearance of a full-height cultist, albeit with canine features rather than reptilian ones, starts shuffling down as if you're one of these cultists who've just come back. Billicus, what's your action? You and Manto.
Can Gorillicus cast spells?
No.
Shit. Okay.
You must state your action now or lose it.
I go Gorillicus.
Okay. You cast Wild Shape, and your clothes disappear and meld into your body as your form grows, and you are now a 8-foot tall gorilla. Gorillicus has come out again.
So
Golf clap.
Yeah, and you can only say things like "What's up" or ape
What's
noises. Yeah, but you can still have an empathetic link with Manto, who will still follow your commands. And Seyda.
I sneak round the side to be in a flanking position for Hjani.
Okay, on the opposite side of the hall. It's like crossfire.
Yeah.
But what weapon are you?
Great sword.
Great sword. Okay, so you're in the huge cavernous hall lit by flickering lantern lights with 2 sets of pillars leading down to a 40-foot high snake statue with the real living viper coiled all around the base. The cultists chant with their backs to you. The snake-faced half-blood UNT priest utters strange clicking reptilian tongues into the air. Then they stop and they look around as an 11th cultist shuffles in their red robe down towards them. They look quizzically. They can't quite work out what's strange about this, unbeknownst to them, combination of dwarf wolf and tall robe shuffling towards them. However, they were expecting 2 cultists to return shortly. So, Garrick, what's your bluff roll? Waiting in the wings, Gorillicus, Seyda, and Hjani are ready to strike.
I have no bluff, which goes to charisma, which is again 0.
So you have no kind of...
No.
Okay,
additions.
I'm going to roll on behalf of one of the acolytes who is closest to you. They don't have any relevant skill either, and their charisma is 10. So it's just we both roll 1d20. They have no related skills, detect intention. So whoever gets the highest number, if I get the highest number, they can see what's up. If they don't, they kind of look at you, don't look again, it's shadowy in there, and you pass as a cultist. So they roll a natural 20.
Oh my god. 13.
You get closer and closer. They stare at you quizzically. At that moment,
It's working.
you guys get ready to attack. You will have the attack no matter what happens. You have surprise. He gets closer and closer and closer, and at that exact moment, one of the secret societies goes, "Do we also have dog faces?" And then the room goes silent, and you other three, you have first attacks right off the bat before they can do any initiative or anything. So, Hjani, within range are 10 acolytes, and for your longbow in this hall, everyone's in range. A UNT half-blood priest and a huge viper.
I'm gonna UNT shoot.
Awesome.
Is that how English works?
I'm gonna UNT shoot with my rapid shot and my
know
mini
English
shot.
good.
Okay, so
Yoda.
it's longbow plus 8.
Yes.
And each one of these 2 shots can shoot 2 arrows at the same time. Quick explanation, it's because as a high-level fighter, you've been able to add many feats and you've completely focused on archery. So that's why you've got these cool abilities. So AC 20.
She has many feats, but the snakes have no feats.
Yes. All right.
AC 20.
Okay, so plus 8 attack bonus.
Longbow plus 8.
Longbow plus 8. So the first one is an 11 plus 8 is a 19. Damn it.
Okay.
The second is a 19 plus 8, which is 27.
So you loose the first double shot and one of them hits.
All right, should I just do a 1d8?
No, and the next, I'm just,
Okay.
keep the recap going.
All right, the next one is a 7 plus 8, which doesn't hit. And then the next one is an 8 plus 8, which doesn't hit. Damn it.
So you rapidly shoot 4 arrows in its direction. It sort of whips around with snake-like body and its huge robes and manages to turn out of the flight path of the arrows, except one of them, he's not quite fast enough and it sticks him for...
1d8 plus 1, so 3 plus 1, 4.
4 points of damage on the
UNT.
on the priest, who has, just to keep things interesting for you guys, 40 hit points.
Oh.
Oh my god, we're boned.
So and that was 4 points of damage,
Yeah.
right? Okay, Billicus, now unable to use any of his awesome weapons, poison, or spells, but
that
Billicus rules.
Billicus does rule.
So
I want that to be a t-shirt.
Billicus rules. They're done. I'll upload it onto TT Public tonight. We need designs. We've got one.
I pick up Seyda and I throw her I just throw her.
I'm not near you.
I thought you were right next to me.
I know.
No, she
snuck around the side.
specifically went to the other side of the room to flank.
Oh my god.
What's your action? You are very near to some cultists, and your full attack, I believe, is 2 gorilla claws, right? So you can have...
I pick up a cultist and I throw it at another cultist.
Awesome. Their AC of the cultist is 12. What's your attack?
I see claws plus 7 melee, but I don't know what I would do.
Okay, so I
Is
want
this
you to
grapple?
I want you to make a claws plus 7 attack.
My grapple is plus 12.
Please make a claws plus 7 attack, and let's see what happens. AC 12. It's claws plus 7.
14 plus 7 is 21.
Okay, so that's a hit. Now make a second one.
1.
Natural 1. Okay, so what happens is Billicus comes bounding out of the shadows between the pillars into the midst of the cultists and successfully punches, claws, and grabs one at the same time. How much damage does that do on him at first?
1d6 plus 5.
Okay, roll that. Roll that, then bear with me.
Sorry. 4 plus 5 is 9.
9 points of damage. Okay, and then you grab this cultist and you pick him up with your huge gorilla strength and swing him once around that you're going to like caber toss him in like you're going to go bowling with these cultists.
Like a giant swing.
However, you did roll a natural 1, but what happens is you take him, you start swinging, but being a gorilla, you forgot you're right next to one of these pillars. So you swing and halfway the pillar stops your swing and dashes his head to pieces on the pillar, and which kills him, but you don't get to throw him. You span around, not realizing the pillar is behind you, and you just cracked him right into the pillar. And then you sort of like look at your gorilla claws, but one is down.
Garrick
Seyda.
rules.
Neutral. We're very neutral.
Seyda.
Who's nearest to me?
Cultists.
I charge a cultist with my greatsword.
Good. And being a fighter level 6, you get 2 attacks around. Quick house rules for anyone listening. I know the 2 attacks around is normally an offhand attack, like using 2 weapons, but we're also playing that it's just simply 2 attacks around with the same penalty on the second one. So the cultist draws his short sword and faces you. He has AC 12.
My first attack has plus 11 to greatsword.
Okay, greatsword plus 11.
And I roll a 17 plus 11 is 28.
Okay, your greatsword goes biting into his body with a mighty swing. It's almost as big as he is tall. What's the damage?
2d6 plus 4.
He has 12 hit points.
3 and a 5 is 8. Plus 4 is 12.
You cleave him in 2
Yay!
across the waist area. And you have another attack.
I go for the next one nearest to me.
Okay, AC 12.
Greatsword plus 6 this time. 5 plus 6 is 11.
Okay, you swing again, but having seen that first horrific
He stops to be sick.
violence, the other ones sort of back off you and you are out of your reach. Which brings us to Garrick.
I pull out my heavy mace. I slam it on the ground, invoking Shockwave.
Awesome, which means every one of the 8 remaining cultists around you will now take 1d... What's the normal damage of the mace?
My mace is 1d8 plus 6.
Yep, so a 1d8.6 damage shockwave goes radiating through the ground by the power of your god, smashing invisibly into all remaining 8 cultists.
So roll 1d8.
Roll 1d8 plus 6 and hope for a good one.
1 is not good. Plus
Okay.
6 is 7.
So they are all reduced from 12 to 5 hit points as they all of them get shockwaved. Good move. Now here's the thing. Imagine this, everyone. Players here, listeners. Manto was on your shoulders and you had this cultist's hooded cloak covering you both, so you looked like one tall person. And you were shuffling down the middle. In one move, the cloak slinks off to the floor as you smash your heavy mace into the flagstone, sending a magical shockwave out, knocking 8 cultists down like skittles. At the same time, Manto pounces off your shoulders and is now flying through the air towards... You can choose any of the cultists or the priest.
The priest.
Towards the priest. So he literally flies through the air and leaps clean over the 8 cultists who were shockwaved to the ground.
He's a good dog.
They're good dogs, Bront.
And the priest's AC is 20.
Manto has a bite plus 4.
Give him plus 6 for being awesome.
Aw. 4 plus 6 is 10.
Okay, again, the UNT half-blood with the snake face sort of slinks out of the way of the attack. He's slippery like a snake, which is the first time I've used the snake metaphor correctly with these monsters in 5 sessions. I normally involve legs, feet, hands, arms, or something like that, but I've pulled it off. No, they're not. Actually, they're not. They can be quite rough if you go with the... that's right, they're not. But people use that incorrect metaphor, don't they?
Yes, they do, DM.
Thanks, Garrick. I got one. Okay, bringing us round to their turn. The 8 cultists lose their turn as they were blasted to the ground by a shockwave. Bringing us to the UNT half-blood priest. He motions and says some clicking snake tongue language you don't understand, and the viper starts uncoiling itself from the base of the statue, and it's going to be with you next round. It's now going to enter the fray. Also, he looks at Billicus and casts Fear, Cause Fear. And his Cause Fear requires a difficulty class 14 saving throw. What is Billicus's willpower save? Oh, his save.
Is it different than mine?
Yeah, and it should be listed down there. Saves somewhere near the bottom of the grid.
His willpower save?
Yeah.
Plus 2.
Plus 2. And you need to get, what did I just say? 14 or more not to be affected.
Yikes. I got a 12 plus 2 is 14.
Excellent. Billicus's head tilts slightly as his mind fills with images of just an ocean of humans in an army, chopping down all the trees, stamping on all his bananas, destroying his homeland, stealing all the princesses, and construction sites, and Italian plumbers. It's all gone for a moment there, but he steadies himself. He lets out a huge gorilla roar, and his mind clears, and he has failed. The spell has failed. You have not succumbed to magical fear. You beat your chest and are ready to get back in the fight. And that was his whole action. So now we are back to producer Elsa's face. It's quite good. She got the gorilla jokes. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so that brings us back round to Hjani.
And me.
8 cultists are picking themselves up. The priest is central in front of the altar, and the huge viper is approaching.
I am going to many rapid shot the viper.
Okay, another 2 double shots. The huge viper's AC is 15.
All right, so it's +8 for each shot because of the penalty. And so my first shot is an 18 plus 8. That's a 26, so that hits. My second shot is a 19 plus 8. That is a 27, so that hits.
Yeah, and I'm going to stop you there just a second. So that was your double shot, 2 arrows at the same time. And that was 2 hits. Can I roll damage for those first?
Sure. So 1d8 plus 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5, and then another roll, 8 plus 1, 9. 9 plus 5 is 14.
So altogether, 2 arrows shot at the same time go flying into the body of the huge monstrous viper, both hitting for 14 points of damage. Yep. And then your second double shot.
Okay, so my second double shot, once again, it's a +8 longbow. So 4 plus 8, that's just a 12. That doesn't hit.
Yep, it's AC 15.
Second one is a 7 plus 8 is 15. So that hits, right?
Yep.
All right, so one more 1d8 plus 1, which is a 1 plus 1.
It's 2, right?
2, yeah.
You shoot off 2 double shots, of which 3 of the 4 arrows sink into its huge body and cause 16 points of damage out of its 36 hit points. Yeah, I'm stating hit points in advance that they had here just to give you an idea of the danger and to make a larger fight, the action a bit more cohesive to people listening. It's appropriate for this particular fight. Bringing us to Seyda. No, sorry. Billicus. Garrick.
Where am I located in the room? Am I kind of in the middle? Because
you're in the middle. You're right there by the 8 cultists now.
Oh, okay. Well, I pick one up by the leg and just start swinging him around in an arc.
Okay, same again. Well, your full attack as Garrick does give you 2 rolls. So claws +7 to hit, and they have AC 12.
Okay. 14 plus 7 is 21.
Okay, roll the damage for grabbing him and hitting him at first. Your claw damage.
1d6 plus 5.
Okay, and they all have only 5 hit points left after the shockwave.
So a 1
plus 5.
Plus 5 is 6.
So you just grab him, your claws sink in, and you sort of brutally crush his bones on the grab, and he dies. But then you use this body to hit another one. So you swing the lifeless corpse into another one. Let's just have claws +7 again. AC 12. Let's use that attack to hit.
Ooh, 2 plus 7 is 9.
Okay, so you swing the brutalized body you've crushed at him, and the boot comes off, and the body just sort of careens off and bounces off a pillar, and you fail to hit another one with it. But that's another cultist down. So there are now 7 of them, bringing us to Seyda.
I continue picking off these cultists with my greatsword.
Okay, the cultist leather armor gives them an AC of 12 to beat.
I have +11 on my first attack. 4 plus 11 is 15.
Okay, you hit him with you hit one with your greatsword.
2d6 is 5 and 2 is 7 plus 4 is 10. 11.
You approach him. He thrusts his short sword to stab you. You sort of do a spin move down the side, turn around, and decapitate him in one stroke.
Oh, back to chopping off heads.
Yeah, back to Seyda the Decapitator.
Yay! My next one is +6. 4 plus 6 is 10. I was too excited by the decapitating.
You were, and again, like before, your first kill was so brutal, the others just go, whoa, and then back away from you. But we're now down to 6 of them, bringing us to Garrick.
With my eyes on the priest, I shout, "Non-believer!" And I swing my heavy mace at him.
Okay, you shout non-believer, you charge him. His AC is 20, and your attack is?
Attack bonus +9.
Heavy mace +9, right?
4 plus 9, 13.
Okay, you swing, he brings up his scimitar and parries with skill and dexterity.